I have had a frustration that I have been contemplating how to address over the last few months. And so it has come out in form of a video and an article, surprise, surprise. Okay, the contemplation or the frustration is that I've been faced more and more often recently with organizations approaching me with one of three problems. The first is they say that they were coming to me that they had a viral issue or a crisis. They managed it, but they received incorrect advice from the consultant that they hired or the consultants or the firm that they hired to help them manage the issue of viral. And as a result, they are picking up the pieces and business is impacted, people are impacted, et cetera, et cetera. That's the first grievance. The second is organizations coming to me with stories about what their firms or consultants are doing for them, and me realizing, knowing that it is incomplete or it's going to be ineffective as practical use in the event that it's actually needed in times of crisis or issue management. For example, I had an organization come to me recently and say that they hired a firm to help them with their crisis communication program. However, all the firm is doing is drafting communications. They're not looking at, process for drafting. They're not looking at approval process. They're not looking at internal dissemination process or flow. They're not looking at means of communication, so how to effectively use these communications with the different stakeholder groups depending on the situation. They're not looking at the entire scope of what's involved in crisis communication, even though that was the mandate. All they're doing is drafting. But how does that serve is my frustration, because in the event that a crisis strikes, it's great to have, some comms drafted, but what does that serve if there's no process around effectively and seamlessly and efficiently using those communications, those drafted communications, from finalizing to approval to internal dissemination to actual use with external stakeholders and internal stakeholders? That's the second issue. And the third is organizations that come to me looking for help, and they've had such a bad experience with other consultants or other firms that they're hindering their own preparedness. And that's just frustrating for me because they deserve better. Everybody deserves better. And I realize also that this is not an issue solely to the profession of crisis management and crisis communication. I realize that. But it's the issue that I'm dealing with, and it's the issue that I care about because this is my profession. And I really, really care about the work that we do as crisis management advisors. We do important work. That is how I feel. Organizations come to us to help prevent, mitigate, and prepare for the worst types of scenarios that can strike their business. And in those worst type of scenarios, we have, people's lives can be put in jeopardy. We have jobs that can be lost, so people's livelihoods can be put in jeopardy as a result of mismanagement. We have, environment can be impacted. Long-standing, beautiful, and respected reputations can be destroyed in a moment. And ultimately, bottom line of our clients can be impacted long-term and in a very negative way. So I take the role of crisis management advisor extremely seriously, and I think that there's an issue right now within our profession where it's seen as sexy. Crisis management, with all the viral issues and with all of the crises that go viral and fun, entertaining shows like Scandal and Olivia Pope, our profession right now is seen as sexy or thrilling. And I understand the allure that gives. But I really want for other crisis management professionals to realize the high-risk scenarios that our job entails and the high-risk scenario for your business by giving bad advice, so not having the experience or the expertise to really give the advice that you give, by creating incomplete process and programs for our clients that will not actually be effective when they're needed in those dire moments when lives are on the line potentially, or when reputation is at stake. So the high risk scenario that it presents to your business and your reputation, as well as, I believe, the duty and the responsibility that we have in serving our clients. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it at all. I think that we need more people that understand what crisis readiness is and are excited and motivated and just proactive in helping organizations become crisis ready. That's why I wrote the book. But I have a couple pieces of information that I want to share, and that is know the high risk scenario, know the risk of what this job entails, and know the impact that you have on your clients for your clients, and respect that, own that, respect it, and take it seriously because your clients need you to. Second one is that, so I'm a very firm believer in being niche focused. I have built my career that way. And it is perfectly fine if you excel at crisis communication. I'm just using this as an example. But if you excel at drafting communications and helping your clients communicate in a way that is emotionally intelligent and relatable and enables them to connect with their stakeholders in dire times, that's a wonderful thing. Own that. But also know that that is only one part of the puzzle. It's an important piece of the puzzle, but own the fact that it's only one of them. And you can either do one of two things. You can be very honest. Well, you should always be very honest with your clients, but you can be very honest with your clients and say, listen, we excel at this, and here's our track record, and here's why we're the right, fit for your organization, for your team. But here's also what's missing. So either we'll help you find somebody to complement our area of expertise, or do something which is how I've built my career, is have partners that are incredible at what they do and that complement your own expertise. So for example, I'm certified to be a media trainer. I don't media train my clients. When I recommend that they need media training, I have partners in this world that excel at this. They do it day in and day out, and they are incredible high stakes media trainers. And those are the partners that I bring in to help serve my client, because I could do it, but I'm not as good as them. And I know that. I know what my strengths are. I know what I bring to the table. And I know, and I've created these collaborations and these partnerships with experts who are as good as me in their respective areas of expertise. There's nothing wrong with that. So I suppose it's not meant to be a rant. It's really for new practitioners out there that are wanting to provide this wonderful service to their clients. I want you to understand the risk and the responsibility involved with our roles as crisis management advisors and consultants. And also just know that it's perfectly fine to have a niche expertise that serves your clients when they need it for the purpose that they need it. Just own and be truthful about what that may or may not entail, and find ways to complement your services to give your clients the whole picture and the whole package. Drafting communications, as an example, without process serves no one. It's useless. So if you draft communications because you excel at that, then either know that they need to now hire somebody else for process, or partner with somebody who understands process and who can help build out the rest of that program with you. That's it. I think that it's important. It's been frustrating me lately only because more and more clients are coming to me, or organizations are coming to me with one of these three grievances. I'm seeing it far too often, and so therefore I wanted to address it. It's a longer video than normal. I hope it helped. I hope it served. If you have questions, reach out to me. And P.S., this is not a plug for my book, but my book gives you the answers. It gives you everything. So if you feel like you're missing something or you're lacking something, pick up the book and use it. Please, it was designed for that. And this is not a plug in the sense of, going to buy it on Amazon and the $1 that I get in my pocket for you buying it on Amazon. The book was designed to serve you, and I hope that it does. All right, message over. If you have questions, as always, please message me. I am happy to answer them and to help in any way that I can, and I look forward to continuing the conversation with you.